Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we're back for Boruto episode 75, jumping into it shortly after watching 74 actually, so like I said during the beginning of that one, that's why I'm still, wearing the same clothes if you're wondering why it looks the exact same as the last time, although you might not remember since these are a week apart. Regardless, yeah guys, so we had the conflict between Shikadai's team and Boruto, and Shikadai ended up seeing the snake, drawing his own conclusions, changing sides. The rest of the team changed sides too. They all ditched Moegi, leaving the poor girl with a note. Suigetsu also held her off a bit because Orochimaru is a doting father, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to what we have going on here coming up in this episode, and maybe I imagine we're gonna find out who the sage is this episode, so I look forward to that. But yeah, guys, I guess there's nothing left to say other than let's just jump into it and see what happens. So yeah, guys, let's do it. Alrighty, full length. We are gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. The foggy area. I just slow down, stop running because I can't see where they're going, probably. That's me. Oh, that's really me! Yeah. Wanna know who the sage is? Says that so gleefully. Like, I don't know. What will we might encounter something crazy. Genjutsu? They're walking in circles, possibly? Why is Chocho walking off on her own? Hmm. Perseverance. He's watching. Oh. It's a bunch of them. Well, I don't think that's, Kabuto. Or are they Snake Eyes? 4 sets of them. Oh, it's a restaurant. Or whatever this is. I have a feeling this is all Genjutsu, potentially. Alright, that's the transition to the intro. That was a good one. I like that. uh. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm actually kind of stupid. I was talking about in the discussion of my last video that I might not do. I was planning on doing 2 episodes of Boruto tonight and an episode of another show since I'm trying to get ahead due to vacation plans I have coming up. But I'm kind of stupid because even though I wanted to get all the recording done in 2 days and then spend the other 2 days that I have left editing, uh, I could always just do 2 episodes tonight, 2 episodes another night, and then 1 episode and do the editing. But if recording is too much on my throat, which is the mainly the big problem right now is recovering from this cold. Or I could do, tomorrow I could record 2 episodes and then edit one, and then the next day record 1 episode and edit two, kind of thing. Regardless, I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. Very shiny and bright. Oh, that's a name. I definitely feel like this is like genjutsu or some kind of trick. I imagine. Naruto. Yes. It's poisoned or drugged. I don't know. Well. Well, they can be the scapegoats when they pass out from eating the food. Sarada. You don't see anything unusual, like a very shiny base, like restaurant type shine thing in the middle of the foggy woods with a bunch of food readily prepared for you. Nothing weird about that. Oh boy. No, they're all gonna eat, possibly. He didn't say his name. Did he? Oh, she mentioned Mitsuki too, duh. Hmm. Oh boy. Oh, creepy. Ugh. Gross. Why do all the attractive ones turn into crazy snake ladies? Ugh. Hmm. Oh. So they're like the gatekeepers. Ah, makes sense. So he did hear rumors about this. Okay, I was questioning that from last episode when he seemed to know something about this. I called it though, the food was evil. How dare they poison perfectly good food? Oh god, are they separated now? They all have to pass their own tests individually? Oh, another one. Ooh, cool looking cave. Freaking creeper! Stop being weird! Oh, well, you're stuck in there now. Bunch of symbols. Is it a puzzle? Like that kids game, you gotta match all the shapes in the door, and it'll open. I would say cute kid, but she's gonna turn into a gross snake thing, isn't she? That was one hell of a name! What the hell was that? I don't even know what that was. Hmm. He makes a good point. Hmm. There's also markings in the back of the room. Does he have to fill those too? Those big ones? Ugh, no, I know it. Yeah, creeper. That's what I said. Creepier. What's the trick to this room? Does he really just do it? Is there more to it? Oh, come on. At least try to look at it a little bit. You're not even trying with some of those. Look at the shape and then put it in, bud. Don't, like, tried to fit a square one into, like, a completely diamond one or whatever it was, or triangle sort of thing. You combine two of them possibly to fit in there? Or is that the trick? Is there is there no last stone? It's supposed to like bring you to despair not being able to finish but coming so close? I don't know. No, he just needs help. This would be a good transition to Mitsuki. But I guess it didn't happen. Oh. He carries that with him still, huh? break them to fit, possibly? Make it fit. It defeats. Alright. He had to think outside the box to get outside the box! Haha. Yeah. You're hard to eat. What a line. Oh! Oh no! Frickin' weirdo. Poison. So what kind of trial is this? Ugh, so creepy. Yeah, trying to make him waver, making him, yeah. trying to trying to get him to regret what he's done. You can't feel any regret. Be confident. Confident in your decisions. Confident that your friends followed you because they wanted to, not because you brought them into this. I mean, he makes a good point. If Boruto suddenly starts to care and wants to learn more about him, then it is just because of the situation, essentially, you know? That it took all of this to open his eyes to this kind of thing, you know? Ugh. No, don't do that to Sarada's face. Or any of them. God, that's creepy. Yeah. He beat that trial too. Is this the real shrine? Hmm. Are we gonna get to see him this episode? Him, her, whoever it is? Not even a cut. Friggin' creepy. Did they make it through too, or was Boruto the only one tested? I wonder. Maybe they'll acknowledge that. Oh boy. That can't be foreshadowing. I don't think so. Oh, they're all passed out. Okay, who is it? Who are you up there? I don't think it's someone we know. I can't tell. Hmm. Yeah. No idea who that is. Someone completely new, I suppose. Get right to the point because they already know everything. This is probably someone that potentially could have taught him, or he somehow learned. I don't know. Hmm. What? Hmm. Nagging the crap out of her. Ooh, what's the one condition? Oh, jeez. Just go fight a giant snake for me, please. Reverse scale. Hmm. They got a proper quest from an NPC. Ooh. Ah, they don't think they'll come back. Alright. Good stuff. Good stuff. That is it. Do, 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 do. Good episode. Baka baka boop ba bow. I guess I probably shouldn't make too much noises throughout this outro. Save my voice for discussion. I really hate this throat issue. I just want to be able to record as much as I want. Sickness, go away. It's mostly gone. It's just the lingering, like, cough and occasional sore throat from talking too much. Alright, just about at the end here. Alrighty, guys, that is it for episode 75. That was another good one, guys. I really underestimated how long they're gonna push this arc on for. And the way I just worded that was very poorly because I'm very much enjoying this arc. Don't get me wrong, but I thought the Snake Sage bit was gonna happen last episode, and it didn't. And now they're just getting to him now. They went through all the trials and everything, and now they have another little side mission to do for the Snake's Age. So it's very interesting how much they have going on for this arc. I guess I underestimated it, but I absolutely love this arc so far. The episodes are a lot of fun, and I feel like they're well written. They seem paced fine, you know, like things don't seem too drawn out or too quick and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm loving it. But to talk about this episode specifically, we had them arrive at the area of the cave, but then they dealt with the followers of the Snake Sage who put you through various trials to test your will and everything, because they said everyone that has come before has been wanting the sage's power, and if you are too greedy or greedy at all or whatnot, then you are gonna be eaten by these people. So they're freaking creepy. I mean, I could tell from the snake tongue that we had as a teaser from the beginning of the episode that they weren't gonna be, you know, normal people, but yeah, those snake faces were just, it was like, you know, fairly attractive ladies, and then it's like, gross. Anyways, but they tried to lure them in with the, you know, food, and it's a very cliche kind of thing to do, where the food is a trap. If you know, gorge yourself, you know, you end up passing out and getting eaten. Essentially, they passed that test. Then they went on to the room where he just had to think outside the box, which I don't really know what that one tested, really, other than, you know, like he said, thinking outside the box. Like, I kind of get the food, like giving into temptation is something that you don't want to do. Like they mentioned, like testing your willpower, that's kind of like, you know, being able to resist not eating a bunch of food that's right in front of you after you've spent so long walking and you're tired and worn out and stuff like that. It's definitely a thing, but I don't like, I mean, I guess the willpower, like determination, like the will to keep going on and figure things out, you know, he probably spent a lot longer than we really felt in that room, filling in all those holes with rocks and everything, but I don't know, it's definitely something interesting. I don't know. That one seemed a little bit different from the rest of the tests. I mean, it's fine, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that test. It was just, I was trying to find the symbolism behind it. Most likely it was just, you know, endurance, like determination sort of thing, you know. Um but yeah. Excuse me. Um and then the last test, I believe it was only the 3, correct? Um was him being, you know, told by all of his friends, or at least the faces of his friends. They weren't really his friends, you know. Did you ever think about us, like, dragging us along? But, I mean, like I said during the episode, he's kind of just gonna realize that his friends are doing this because they want to. He hasn't forced any of them to do this, you know. They've all decided to come along of their own will, so what happens isn't Boruto's fault. But then they started, like, drilling him about Mitsuki, and, you know, they make a good point about him changing how he acts around Mitsuki after this. Is kind of like, you know, convenient and might come off as not caring, because if you realize you're neglecting someone after they do, you know, something extreme to make you notice, sometimes it can have the negative effect, right? Like, I guess, like, I don't know. I don't really know of an example I can think of, but yeah, like it makes sense that it's definitely a dicey situation that needs to be, you know, carefully addressed. He can't just like suddenly start caring so much, or it might come off as false or unrealistic or whatnot. But and then they also, said he told you this is his will. That might be him saying that he doesn't want you to come save him, and you're coming anyway. So not only did you not listen to him while he was here, you're still not listening to him with his, final request at leaving the village and everything. So, they're really hammering at his will there and trying to get him to give up and everything. But obviously he pushed through, and we met the sage, which I'm glad we got to meet that episode, especially since it wasn't someone we knew, or at least it's not anyone I remember. Obviously, it's someone that's probably been around. It quite possibly could be the person that taught Kabuto and the person that taught Orochimaru. I don't know how they learned their sage stuff. I don't know if this sage is similar to the Toad sages that taught Naruto. If this is like the one place where you can learn it, or if you can learn it yourself. If Orochimaru like taught himself, and then Kabuto was always researching Orochimaru and stuff like that, so maybe he like stumbled upon it through that, or if they have to come here to learn it. I don't know. But that's interesting stuff. And they even said like the trials they passed were for learning it, so they do teach it if you pass those trials. For a second there, I thought Boruto was actually gonna like learn the Snake Sage stuff, but I don't think they'd do that, especially with Mitsuki being a character. Like, for like a very short second, I thought that. I was like, maybe, but I was like, no. With Mitsuki already being, snake kind of stuff, I don't think they'd have Boruto do it too. So, he just was stubborn and pushed through to get the person to do what they wanted. But they didn't give in easily. They have a quest now to go deeper into the cave to a giant snake called Gargara, I think it was. And they need to get the reverse scale off it, which will make it tame, apparently. And this is, I guess, a quest by the Snake Sage that they do not think they can win. So our characters are now going into a situation where this sage does not think they'll win. Obviously, looking at it from a meta perspective, all our characters are not going to die here. They're going to come back, But it should be fun seeing them go through this trial, see what the snake is like, see how they manage to win and everything and all that. But I wonder if any of them will get hurt enough that they have to like return to the village or something like that. Or if anybody else will somehow manage to show up, but would they have to go through the trials too? I guess it really depends on how powerful the Snake Sage is, I keep thinking Konohamaru is gonna show up somewhere around these corners. He's just gonna pop up, and help him out maybe, because it's Team 7, but I guess save Mitsuki, but I don't know. Yeah, really loving this arc though. I felt like there was more. I guess it seemed like the other kids didn't have to go through the trials, which, why Boruto? Why was Boruto picked other than the fact that he's the main character, right? That's what I'm wondering. Because, sorry for the popping, it always happens every now and then because I have a mini fridge right next to my computer, and it's so old that the motor sometimes does like a like you probably heard that, and then shortly after it does like a pop. I don't know why it does it, but what I was saying was, other than the fact that Boruto's the main character, unless they obviously had all this information about him seeking after Mitsuki, maybe they could tell that he was like the most driven one out of the rest of them. Since they already kind of like read his mind and knew everything that was going on. So maybe that's why. That's the only thing I can really think of, because if he was the only one that went through the trials, it's like, why'd they pick him, But yeah, that's the one thing I can think of, is they read the minds, they already had all this information, so they knew that he was the most driven, he was the one like pushing everybody else to go, which is also how they had some of the ammunition to use against him during the the scene when they imitated his friends and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna go with that as my answer, but yeah, interesting stuff. I wonder. So, hmm, I wonder why the sage is so stubborn. Like, obviously, like she already put these kids through these trials, and they're worthy of learning the sage stuff, but they're not worthy of her to use her power to analyze the snake real fast for them. You're gonna put them through this quest, and obviously it didn't seem like she said the snake has been bothering her and that's why she wants this done. But after they left and she had her little moment to say like they're probably not coming back, it doesn't seem like she really wanted the quest completed. It was more she wanted to get these kids off her back, you know. And that makes me kind of think that she just isn't interested uh in helping them at all. But I wonder what the big deal is. You think it'd be easier to analyze a snake than it would be to teach them, you know, snake sage stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Um, it's gonna be really interesting when we finally meet up with Mitsuki, though, because I'm curious who these other people are that were with him. That he left with. Why was he threatened? You know, like why did he leave? And everything. There's like so much to learn regarding this that I'm really looking forward to it when they finally catch up with him. But I'm glad this arc is going on for a while. I like getting invested in a story. Like some of we've had long arcs, but some of like the ones I'm most interested in have been kind of shorter. Like looking back, I can't remember how many episodes it was because I have a terrible memory. But even like the attack at the end of the tuning exams, like obviously the tuning exams were good and they went on for a decent amount of episodes. But the attack at the end by the Otutsuki people was, you know, what really shined in my eyes. And I loved the epic fighting episodes that we had, but we didn't really have like much build up like we're getting here, you know? I guess we did. We had flashes of the characters doing things throughout the series so far, you know, like when they attacked B, when they attacked Gaara, stuff like that. So and like the little like talking to Tonari, the moon dude. We have had instances of them hyping up that fight that happening. So I don't know. I guess they did build it up. It's just it wasn't one whole consistent story. It was like little bits while other stories are going on, I guess. And that's where I like this arc a little better, where it's like I shouldn't say better. I like where this arc is going so far. I still like the Otutsuki stuff better just because of how epic it was, but just because it's, you know, one consistent storyline, it's not like, oh, Mitsuki left the village, let's go and, you know, do this mission for this other town while we, you know, talk about Mitsuki being gone and wait for him to come back, you know, kind of thing. And they do something completely unrelated. They're doing related stuff the whole time, so I just like that. You guys know what I mean. But yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll skip through the episode real fast because I feel like there may have been bits that I missed. But I feel like that might have been it. I mean, they arrive at the place with the food. They don't eat because it's poison, which I figured. Or makes you sleep or whatever it is. Cave with the rocks. And the creepy little girl. Think I'll. Yeah, I mean, really, it was a lot of straightforward stuff. I think I talked about most of what happened, so I think all that's left is to learn what happens next episode. So, yeah, I think that's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, you enjoyed. If you did, hit that subscribe button, like usual. Very much appreciate it if you do. It'd be very cool. And go in that description. You can check out my Patreon as well. There'll be a link down there. You guys can see that. It'll bring you there. You guys can... Wow. I just, like, redundancy out the roof talking about that. My bad. But you get access to full-length and early access stuff on there and all that, and it supports me in what I do. So I very much appreciate any support on there as well. So yeah, guys, thank you once again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.